Why isn't this working? Oh, it is. Wow.
Let me just bring another check in. I don't give a rat's right now. I'm just trying to get this thing squared away so they can get their inspection done. So the application for that was wrong. Okay. Yeah, absolutely, because their inspection is scheduled
Plastic?
for Saturday morning.
Yeah.
Hard plastic.
Is it?
Kind of like that.
That's a shame.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
You using this box?
I know.
Nope.
Well, how about can I just bring another check for the $95 and throw it in the drop box and City Hall there? Okay.
Petty Ruxpin. I think that, no, it's not.
Yeah, I think it is.
Looks like it, but it's not talking there. It has a star in the belly.
Oh.
I don't know if it is. Maybe it's Teddy. Yeah, it is. Teddy Ruxpin, it says in it.
Yep.
1985. Is that collectible, you think?
Probably.
You think that has a keeper value?
Well, it's got some age to it.
Not the problem with it. It's one that, you know,
I appreciate that. Yeah,
That's
it's
a
star just like
water
that.
turned on too. They won't do it till the power's on.
Oh, that's heavy.
I know. It's been great. And I know folks that
literally packed it all against it, didn't it?
Yeah. Yes.
Hard to go through. You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Very difficult to go through. You don't want to tear nothing apart now that people are around.
Why?
Yeah, here, this looks like a keeper. Big piece of wood. Oh, stool.
Oh, yeah.
Without the legs. Put Teddy in there and think about it.
This is quite library.
Really?
Take that.
890.
Yeah.
That must have been the year the posters makes it still in business.
Well, my buddy Gil and I went on an adventure today. He called and told me about a house not too far from where he lives that a bank had repossessed and put everything out to the road. And I mean, not really just out to the road, the whole front yard, the driveway, and part of the backyard. And we stopped and talked to the guy who was emptying the house out for the bank, and he said he was told that the people were not coming back to get anything and to take whatever we wanted. And so, you know me, by this time, there were quite a few pieces there that I found that I wanted to bring home and examine more closely. And so I'm going to show those to you. Some of what I found is going to probably go out to the road here, but there are a lot of items here that look pretty darn good. One I want to show you. Let me see what you think of this. I'm going to duck out of the picture for a minute. How about that for a new hat, huh? Does that suit me? Y'all like that? It's not quite me, but anyways. Alright, I'm going to just give you an overview of the boxes here. Oops, I guess I got to turn the camera around, don't I? Yes, I do. Okay, here we go. There are quite a few boxes, and there's a lot of stuff in the boxes. It's hard to know which one to begin with. So I think I'm going to start first with this box. I am really not sure what's in any of them. I know that I put stuff in each box, but anyways, these are fairly modern ornaments, I'm sure, but I really like the colors on those, so those are going to go up here shortly in my dining room decorations for Christmas. Now here's two records that I'm intrigued by because they have Japanese, I believe it is, writing, except for the title, which is Oldies by the Dozen. So I have no clue what's on those. I believe they probably evidently were made in Japan for consumption there. And here is a set of 2 porcelain angel candle holders. This is heavy, so I'm going to set this down here for a minute. See if I can do this without messing everything up. And go back here, maybe try it over here. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to pause this, take those out, and then I'll show you what's in there. Okay, it is a red, like velvet box, and when you open it, there are these beautiful angel candle holders, and they are from 2000. Almost, well, no, not almost, 20 years old already. But they're lovely and really packaged nicely. Very nice. I will use those to decorate yet this season, Christmas season, also. Okay, let's continue. Here's a lovely little snow lady. How am I doing this? Am I doing that right? Yeah, there we go. Lovely little snow lady, Christmas lady, Mrs. Claus, Christmas angel. And she is from Napcor, made in Japan, quite obviously 1950s. And to go along with her is this really cool Santa bank, made out of the same type of material, you know, really, I don't know what you call that, but it's, you know, on both of them. And also on a reindeer that I found, that I showed you in a video recently. Very nice. No damage to it. And this one just says imported on the bottom of it. But I would say he is probably from the 1950s. Also, really a cool piece. Happy with both of those. Then what do I see here? A really cool Indian chief. Look at that. Wall hanging. Made in USA. That's cool. See that? We don't see that a lot, do we? Made in USA. And I love the Native American Indian culture, and he will probably go on my wall, one of my walls. Odds and ends. There's a little flocked Santa Claus that was made in Japan. It's got the Made in Japan sticker on him. Old Batman book from the 60s. There's also in here, I tell you, it was really a mix up of things. Here, this is really cool. It's got President Kennedy on one side and the Statue of Liberty on the other. And it had a little knob at one time. Where is it? That went right there. But when you open it, so I can't do it, I don't think, on camera, it's actually a cigarette lighter. It's a pretty cool piece. And then, I showed you the Batman book. Probably 1960s, the Age of Aquarius and all that crap. Pendant. Hey, Juno. I got my little Juno girl here with me. Yeah. And a plastic toy car. Too dirty on the bottom to see where it was made. But I believe it's, well, it's definitely 1960s, probably early 1960s. By the looks of the fins on the back. I'll do more checking on that. Look at this. Delightful old photograph. That is so cool. No identifying marks on it or anything, but really a lovely old photograph. Then 20 miniature photographs of Valley Forge. Oh, cool. A little TV. Little TV. And a little boy praying. Pretty cool. Now, the contents of this box, I'm going to, well, let's see, how can I do this? I want to do this carefully because I know there are some glass pieces in here. These are, look at this. I should have put it on something less colorful, I guess. But they are all plastic and glass animals. I would say most of them are glass. Look, there are some plastic ones. But these are cool. I remember these from when I was a kid. Because I used to sell, there's a bus stop restaurant that my mom and dad used to go to. Out by Birch Run. And used to pick up glass animals like these out there. They're very, very cool. And I would say quite fragile. There's a little deer. And I mean, just look at these. There's so many of them. Little bird with a Christmas hat on. I don't know. There's just all kinds of them here. And then there's a, it's a cartoon character, I know. But I can't think of the name of it. And then this, I would think was a Christmas ornament. Stork. Just really cool stuff. And look at this one. Like a snail or a slug. Neat. These are going to be fun to work with to build into some kind of a shadow box scene where I can use all the animals together as a little bunny rabbit. So anyways, that's kind of a neat find. Okay, here I got this open, and you see it's a little cigarette lighter. I can do that with one hand, and it would still work. All I gotta do is really put lighter fluid in it, and that's a pretty cool piece. I'm really happy with that. I'm probably gonna have to split this into several videos because that was one box, and we've got a long ways to go. Here's a Spider-Man van. Not sure what I'm going to do with that. Might go into one of my shadow boxes. Kerosene lamp. I forgot to get the top of it from Gil, but he's got a top over there at his place to fit it. The tractors. 1994. I've never heard of them before. We'll check it out. Then, well, Christmas lights I'm going to use out on the back porch. Probably for my sister here are several books of iron-on Christmas transfers. And people use those anymore? I would think. I don't know. Oh, I like this. I've got the Fred Flintstone walker like this. There's the Barney Rubble one. I don't know if Barney works. He feels like he's frozen up, but that's okay. I'll put him with Fred, and they'll be back together again. Look at this. A rocket ship. Apollo 13, it says. Plastic rocket ship. Again, that's something I'll probably use to build into my shadow box. This is a Fisher-Price vintage roly-roly toy, but I gotta clean that up. I'll probably go with that Indian that I showed you. Here is a really cool mirror. And yeah, that will get hung up with the Indian. And there's also a set of candle holders here that go with that. Scones, I guess you call them. And those will get hung up too, all together someplace. And then I found some recipe books from my sister too. There's one there. There's more elsewhere here. This has to be put back together. It's not old, not really vintage, but I thought it was really cute. Christmas tree with the 2 little snowmen and a couple little deer decorating for Christmas. So, as you might have noticed, I'm really into Christmas decorations. Now, there was this fundraising House of Lloyd box, and in there is a Thai snowman or snow girl, and it's got the tag. Where is it? There's a beanie tag on it somewhere. There's the sewn on tag. Oh, and here is the hang tag. If I can open it, it should have the name of the. It should have, but I don't see the name inside there. But anyways, that was from the House of Lloyd. I'm not sure what the House of Lloyd is. I've heard of them. But, oh yeah. A set of Flintstone playing cards, and these are from 1979. And there's Wilma. I don't know if the whole set's there, but they're vintage. They are collectible. And a bag of various Christmas ornaments. Now that one's actually glass. Yeah, that one there is actually glass. I'm surprised it didn't get broken all the shuffle. And there's a second one just like it. And, you know, just various odds and ends, really. But those glass ornaments are pretty cool. Alright, we're at about 12 minutes right now. And I am going to stop here. And we'll look at some more of the items in a second video, because there's a lot more to go. So I'll see you on the next one.
Well, that Dennis has been showing you stuff from.
Alright.
Here's a selection of stuff I got from the trash. Free stuff. Junk. Some people call it junk, but you know, we saved a lot of history. You know, you and I saved a lot of history taking this stuff out, because it'll be passed on. You know, however I get rid of it, or you even when you go or whatever. But
so point out some of the unique pieces.
We're history savers are what we are.
And remember,
holders.
people.
History holders, I should say.
Right. And remember, people, this is all on top of what I showed you from that I have over at my house.
Yeah, you got it. This is I went the day before Dennis, and I got Dennis the next day, and because I went till dark, and I didn't want to go get him and miss out on stuff that someone else might come and grab. You know what I'm saying? So this Dennis got the next day, and I got a little bit, but my back was so sore I didn't spend as much time. You know, you spend a couple hours. This is 3 hours worth. The whole collection you're going to see is 3 hours worth of going through the trash. I got one piece of Pyrex, which is I went through a trash earlier this year where I got 5 pieces of Pyrex, but only got a few other things.
Is the plastic boot one that was made here in Michigan?
It doesn't have a mark at all on it, but me and my brother had one just like it in the 70s. And so it's from the 70s. Mine was a red one, and his was a blue one, so I was happy I found a red one.
What about the cowboy?
I might keep that. I'm not sure where that's from. It had no mark on it either.
It looks like a Marks.
It does, yeah. He's a sheriff. He's sitting there waiting to draw, it looks like, sure enough. Stop. Old Duncan Yo-Yo from the 70s. That's a good one.
The purple one.
Yeah.
Cool.
And of course, 50s books. All 50s books here. A whole slew of them. You have a bunch of books you found, too, the next day. Right?
Yep.
I got a record collection there of 10 from the 50s.
Ouch.
And some from the 60s.
It's kind of eyeing this one.
Yeah, isn't that odd?
Yeah, I wonder, is it the story? I think I don't know, but it's going to be interesting to listen to.
This is missing one, though. Yeah, it looks like it's supposed to have 2, don't it?
Probably.
Yeah, I think it's missing one record, but the rest of them are all intact and whole.
And if it's cool, eventually.
I just put that one in front because I love the cover on that.
I thought this would be your favorite cover.
It is. I didn't say that was my favorite. I love the cover. That one's my favorite cover, of course.
How'd I guess?
Are you kidding me?
How'd I guess? Stop drooling, Gil.
Yes.
Okay, now let's move
We all
over.
know who the 4 freshmen are.
Yes.
Over here's another slew of things that I got from the same trash. And when people put this stuff out to the road, it's a bank-possessed house. And when the people that put this stuff to the road, they're not supposed to take anything. Because they're paid to work and not stop and look at shit. But you know they do. They take all kinds of stuff. And they take all the jewelry. You won't find any jewelry usually. Unless you find a box of jewelry that's in a can full of sewing implements. and was in a rain bonnet case. You know, those little plastic rain bonnets.
Yeah.
And I sold the gold ring already. I got a gold ring that was 2 grams, $18 a gram. It was 14 karat. I sold that already for 36.
That's cool.
So this ring here could be genuine stones. It's in sterling.
Mhm.
It's a ring from it's a love ring. It says soulmates on the back here, and then it says George, and it says George, and I say, but it reads. Nothing ever talks to you. You know.
Yeah.
It says George and whatever. I forget the other name.
What's
But a lot of times, most of the times, they don't put real stones like that. Those are pretty big. They're heart-shaped stones.
Mhm.
They don't usually set them in sterling, but sometimes people do want it in sterling for some reason. Silver is their favorite. Maybe this was a silver anniversary ring.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe it was a 25th anniversary ring, you know?
what's the deal on the?
That's a pretty old canteen from the Boy Scouts of America.
Oh, it's got
It says, it's hard to read, but it says National Council, New York City is printed on it. So I'm thinking around 30s, you know, in that area.
You can see it on there. Just yeah.
And this first aid book's from the 50s.
And the ukulele, Gil said that he was gonna sing.
No Tiny Tim stuff
To-
going on
no,
here.
oh, come
not
on.
today. Here's another plethora. How do you say the word?
Plethora.
Plethora?
Plethora.
Yeah.
Plethora. It got me confused.
More plethora crap. Good stuff. This from Hale, Michigan, Rolls Weight Camp. This price
Oh, yeah.
sticker on it is $2 on the back in the day, but now it costs you $20 for that. 'Cause I think it's hand painted, ain't it?
No. I
No.
think it's decoupage, but it's pretty cool.
Oh, okay.
The
Old
oh,
Volkswagen.
no.
Busted wheels. I don't know why I saved it. I don't know. Sometimes I keep stuff and don't know why.
My neighbor.
Yeah.
Okay. Now you said you had a Michigan car though that was made by Gay.
Oh, I already got rid of that. I already got rid of a box of stuff. You know, more choice things. I mean, there's still a lot of choice stuff, but I grabbed the choice of stuff and got rid of a box already.
I have one of those vans too. I got over there, but it's missing the front wheels.
Oh, okay. Is it from the
Yeah.
Walled Lake, Michigan Game
Yeah.
Products? Okay.
Yep.
Yep. Michigan made. And then this here, this is made of heavy canvas, so it's an old political.
Oh wow, that's bigger than what I.
Yeah, it's an old banner. You know, they used to make it so they'd last. You don't need them to last because they only put them up for the year. You know,
Right.
Not even a year.
So if anybody knows anything about Green, where he was from, if it was Michigan or wherever,
Green for governor.
let me know in the comments, huh? Because it'd be kind of interested in finding out more about him.
Doesn't that dude look like 1960s?
Yeah, he looks like a crook like Richard Nixon. No, I liked Nixon,
They all look like crooks, man.
especially nowadays.
Got
Yeah,
a nice retro creamer, good color, turquoise blue.
cool.
And then behind is more stuff that I got from the same trash pile. An actual oil painting right there. That's definitely oil painting. Can't find a signature, but it could be rolled under. A lot of times they get rolled under when they frame them. You know.
Looks a little bit like Robert Wood.
It does, yes.
He was a good painter.
1946 Bible. It's got a lot of pictures in it too, so that's cool.
You know what? Today this might be considered racist.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. A pin cushion, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
It's all cushiony, you know. Here's a. There was a lot of clothes, but I didn't want to go through all the clothes. It just takes long. But I happened across a Detroit Tigers.
Oops.
Got Leyland, Jimmy Ball 2006. They beat Detroit Tigers because Leyland was their coach that was taking them to the World Series, but never happened. Then another one from 2006 champs, Detroit when Leyland was there. And the last one I got a Hendrix shirt. I couldn't
that's
believe that.
Yeah. Is that dated, the Hendrix shirt, by chance?
No, but it's going to be from the same era, probably 2006.
Yeah.
Pretty
cool.
There's over $80 right there. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Just in those 4 T-shirts. I don't think it's that funny, but I'm laughing anyway.
Is this a? Oh, is that a music?
No, it's just
Play music?
plain,
Okay.
unmarked.
Oh, and then the
Oh,
Masonic.
Ashtray, that's a nice piece right there.
Yeah.
I like the coloring on it.
This puts in your mind of a dugout canoe.
Yeah, it's a knife holder
Oh yeah.
for the table. Yep. When you're using a knife, you don't want to set it down anywhere. You got a little holder to keep the juices. But here's another selection.
Oh yeah, that chair is.
It's nice. I'll lift it up.
Oh, sorry.
It's all handmade. It's all got. You can see the chiseling on the rails, so definitely all handmade. And then it has like a folky art.
See, I pulled that out of the trash, and I set it aside, and I told Gil to take it.
Yeah, you could have had
Now
that.
I wish I'd have taken it.
But dirty was hard to see everything.
Yeah.
You know, some of that stuff was dirty.
That painting looks really nice on it. Definitely looks very vintage.
Yeah, yeah. I'm thinking, I don't know, 40. Someone did that, maybe.
I would
Yeah.
think. What is it? No, what
Telephone
is-
stand.
Oh, that's kind of unique.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I like the plant stand too.
Yeah, and I like this better.
I got a perfecto scale. That's pretty cool. Nice Fisher Price mobile for a child, and it's got hard plastic pieces, so it's not new. You know, it goes back a ways. Nice piece though.
Okay.
Found a space heater that works. Gun case.
Oh, yeah, these.
3 second news on carriers for papers back in the 70s.
Those are cool.
Yeah, and I got that chair there, that chair, and that chair.
Did you ever deliver the paper?
Yeah, in the 70s. Yep, them are the same bags I used.
I did, but I delivered it for Grit. Remember Grit?
Yeah. I got a selection of little socks I had to have. 5 pairs.
Keep you warm, definitely.
Yes. And then behind you, I think we're getting down to the end of what I found there.
I found a lot more
Nice-
than I realized.
Nice gun rack.
Is the
Some Gil and I's placemats with cork backing. They're made in England, so they're nice, kind of nice.
they all got the same?
No, they're all different scenes.
Those are cool.
And that's a hand painted, made in Mexico. That one's signed. Here's the guy's signature right here, or lady. It looks like B-O-N, don't it, Bon?
Mm-hmm.
But it sounded like a velvet, painting over velvet. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is.
And I got the ice bud in that corner too. That's nice.
That was over there?
Yeah,
You found a lot more than I.
quite a bit. Like I said, I got rid of a whole box of the more
Yeah.
choice items. You know.
One cool thing about Gil's house, if you don't mind me saying this, is I've been over here many, many times and got a lot of things for my own collection from him. But you'd think I'd have seen everything by now. But then I looked up and these baskets have been hanging up here for, I guess,
All that every time you're always
Yeah.
looking down and at the walls, you know, and that
For
stuff on the
years.
shelves, not up at the ceiling. So
so I picked up one of those today that looks like it might go in with my Native American collection. All right, pretty cool stuff.
that's the slew. That's the whole. That's my whole bounty of booty, I'll call it.
Nice finds, nice finds. Okay. Yesterday, I left off on part 1 of the unboxing video of all those items that I found with Gil at that house. Well, to make, because there was so much left to go through, I'm making it a little bit easier today, and I took pieces out of the box to show you, because otherwise it would have been another really, really long video. So I'm going to show you the rest of what we found, and let me know what you think. There's some pretty cool items, in my opinion. So here we go. Alright, here we go. This first piece is a banner, and it's quite old. And it's red, white, and blue, but I don't think it's American. I have a feeling it's something to do with Mexico. It has 2 stars on it. They've been repaired and replaced back on rather poorly, unfortunately. But it's very old material. So I'm thinking 1920s or before. But if any of you know anything about this, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Okay? Then, alright, I told you there were quite a few books, and there are some neat ones. Maverick, based on the popular television show starring James Arness. And this, I think, is 1959. And then the Mod Squad, and I am old enough to remember that. There are 2. There's another one down there. The Mod Squad, a different one. More Than Courage, about animal stories. Wells Fargo. And I think this is based on the television series Wells Fargo. Let's go down here for a minute. Then we've got Bonanza. Heroes of the Wild West. Hawaii Five-0. So, some popular television books from back in the day. Then, here's a real sweetie. Rin Tin Tin's Rinty. Nice photo cover on there. Challenge of the Ice. These are stories of exploration from back in the day in the polar regions. And then another Mod Squad book with a different story, different cover. I'm going to move kind of fast because there's still a lot to show you. This is an actual autograph picture of Eddie Fisher. It's not a printed photograph. It's one that was actually signed by him, as is the case with this young picture of Robert Wagner. I tried to sell it at some point. The Swamp Root Almanac and Green Book. And I don't see a date on this, but I believe it's 1920s or 1930s. Love that cover on it. Then, a privately printed Christmas story, The Bayless Need, a Christmas story by Estelle Norris Ochiltree. What are you doing, Juno? What are you doing? You gonna help me? And then this paperback submarine, thrilling account of war beneath the sea by the captain who commanded the USS Triton, the first submarine to circle the globe underwater. And I think that'll be a good book to to read. Green Sheet Almanac and Dream Book. I like this one from 1968 because of the space-oriented cover. Pretty cool. And we got Death Railway. Valentine's Illustrated History of the Violent Century, excuse me. What are you doing, huh? And then two kind of cool old owner's manuals from the 1950s. Here's one for the Motorola AM, FM radio and phonograph. And then this one, which interested me more, I'm anxious to look through it, is the Motorola owner's manual for the Motorola television of the day. Top of the line, I suspect. Then, I don't know if this is homemade or not. I don't see any markings on it that indicate that it would be, but it looks something like it, but it's an alligator bank. And that's kind of cool. That was there in with all that stuff. This unopened figurines, See No Evil, Hear No Evil, and Speak No Evil. And they are mint, never been opened. Items made in Taiwan are coming into their own. They're vintage now. And this piece and Little Boy Blue here are dimensional bisque pieces that are made in Taiwan. You can see that or not, but very nice, actually. These are just some common plates. I like them, brought them home, probably will use them myself. Here's a little fruit bowl, or pot, I guess flower pot, and it is a McCoy, made in USA. And back in the early days, before computers, this is a nice Brother typewriter. It was a beginner's model, probably for a teenager, and it works well. That's how I started, but I had a great big, huge, old, like 1930s office model that I used. So anyways, that's neat. I'll probably end up displaying that. It's just eventual plastic cutlery that I'm going to actually use. And here's a mid-century piece, lamp. Got to be cleaned up. I got to check it out, make sure it works. 1960s, I would definitely say, and I love that era because that was my era. And then, yes, another nativity scene. Now this one's not old at all. It's battery operated. It's a light that shines through the plastic stained glass back there. The figures are quite nice though, and I love nativity sets. So I'm going to clean that up, get the light shining, and put that out for a Christmas display. I thought at first this was homemade, but it's not. But I love the fact that it used these different shards of broken dishes on it, because they all look like very old shards, like what I dig up sometimes when I go hunting for relics. Then I got two salt shakers here, and two larger salt shakers here. I believe those are restaurant style. And then this needs to be washed up. Here's a small A&W root beer mug. Those are quite collectible now too. And there are a couple, although I only see this one right now, of Garfield mugs. I remember collecting those from McDonald's when they first were being issued. Current Mickey Mouse Disney ornament. Small plastic aquarium octagonal that I'll use to build some kind of display in with artifacts or relics. Milk glass canister set, I believe 1940s. Labels are missing, but these are all in good condition, and I can always reprint the labels and put them on there, or I can just leave them as they are. Then this case here, I was kind of interested in when I opened it up, and it's 8-track tapes. Plus, and these I can use, 2 small condenser mics. But the 8-track tapes, I don't have a player. I wasn't real delighted with 8-track tapes when I had a player in my car way back in the day, but it was better than nothing. When I got mine, cassettes weren't available yet, or they were just coming out. And I remember the first one I got was Elton John, Don't Shoot Me, I'm Only the Piano Player, and I played Crocodile Rock and Daniel till that tape just wore out. And then this is something I'm going to clean up and use. I've plugged it in, it works really well, like a dust buster, but this looks like it's from the 50s or early 60s, and it's got a hell of a lot more power than the ones that you can buy on the market today. And so there are some more books over there, but that's basically it. Some pretty cool stuff, and thank you for taking time with me. Hope you enjoyed looking at these things, and I will get back with y'all soon. God bless. Love y'all. Stay healthy. Stay safe.